Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and thank you for joining me today. Let me get my glasses on and we'll get ready to go. Today we're going to talk about masks. Specifically the new masks that Stampin' Up! Has in the new holiday catalog. And here's a card I made using one of the masks in a triangle form here on this card. I also wanted to show you another card that I made using a mask, and it's this one with the pumpkins on it, and this one uses a mask with trees. And I want to show you how to do that today, okay? So here is the catalog, our new Stampin' Up! 2019 holiday catalog. And on page 35, I'm going to put this up higher to make sure you can see it. Basic pattern decorative masks. They're super inexpensive, only $6. And you get four different patterns, and I'll show you those now. Here's the package. 4 basic pattern decorative masks. And here's the first one I used, the polka dots. And we'll practice with that. Here's the second one I used, and this is trees. Now for this one, to get this effect, I'm not going to demonstrate this particular one. I'm just going to demonstrate the polka dots today. But for this one, I used crumb cake ink first using a sponge dauber, and then I went over it with our new Delicata Golden Glitz ink. And this is not the sponge dauber I used for this one, because I have a sponge dauber for every color. At least I try to, so I don't have to mess color with color. But what I did first is I laid the mask over a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I sponged in crumb cake, and then I sponged again in this gold Delicata. And that's how this particular one turned out. Isn't that pretty? In some angles you can see the shimmery gold. I don't know if you can see that. I love that. The other masks that come in the set are this one, which is kind of Baroque looking, I think, kind of a Baroque look. I haven't tried that yet. And then this one, which is kind of, I don't know, standing leaves or flowers, blossoms opening. But let's get to the one for today. So I'm not going to teach you completely how to make this card, but I will tell you the different parts. But what I started out with, before I even put the card together, I was just playing around with the masks, and I started out with a piece of petal pink cardstock. It's 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and I just laid my mask over it. And let's see, I can't totally tell, but I think I might have used this edge. And I laid my mask over it so that I wanted to make sure to get it really even. So you can see how, I'm hoping you can see that really well there. I'm going to put it up to where the little dots come right up to the edge of the paper, like that, trying to get it really even. And then I'm just going to hold it. And now with the card, it's interesting because with that particular card, I mostly used mint macaron ink. But for the polka dots, I used Coastal Cabana. And I don't know why, it's just what I started with, but it ended up blending beautifully with the mint macaron color. So you just take your sponge dauber, and you can get these through Stampin' Up! I'll put the link below. They're inexpensive too. You get 5 in a pack. Hit them, pat them or rub them on your ink pad, and then just press them in. Now, if you want a very light look, you can be light, but I wanted a nice darker look. I wanted my dots to really stand out. So I just kind of turned the sponge dauber on each dot. And what I ended up doing is I saw that the way I was going would make a triangle. And I wanted to make a triangle on my piece of cardstock. So I chose a place to stop, like between these two. And then I made a really conscious decision to not let any ink get into the next layer or row of dots. So I'm going to just be really sure to just get the ink in that last row that I want to be on my cardstock. Really, friends, this is super, super easy, and it gives something different, a different kind of texture, a different look to your cards. Okay, so that's the last row I want. Now I'm going to go up and fill the rest in and get them as dark as I want. And of course, with everything stamping, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's art. And so the way it comes out is going to be your way, and it's going to be great. So now I just lift the mask off, and there it is. Isn't that neat? Very quick, very easy. Now, I really did ponder what would I do with this. So I ended up creating my card first, and I'll tell you the details so that you can do it yourself, but I'm not going to take time to show it on the video today. It's a Whisper White card base. The next layer in is Mint Macaron again. Like I told you, it's interesting that the Coastal Cabana dots really show nicely against the Mint Macaron. And then it's a layer of vellum, a doily, one of our doilies, and these are flowers cut out from our Mosaic Mood Designer Series paper, Stampin' Up! Mosaic Mood Designer Series paper. The sentiment is just stamped on a little scrap. I think it's a 1/2 inch piece of Whisper White cardstock, and the sentiment is from this beautiful set, To a Wild Rose. It's one of my favorites, and that little hello just fits in darling little small places, and I thought it looked great there. And then this is some of our Mint Macaron shimmer ribbon, and I just thought that turned out, I like the way that the placement came out. On the inside, I stamped one of these pretty leaves. This is, I believe, a distinctive leaf right here from this set, and I really like that stamp. And then I used the same stamp on the envelope. But you can do so much with these decorative masks. I'll show you the other card again, the pumpkin one. This one I created with the, where's that stamp set? This is the Harvest Hellos stamp set, which I love. It comes with a punch, a bundle with a punch. This is one of my favorites in the holiday catalog. The To a Wild Rose set is in the annual catalog, but this is one of our new ones, and I just love it. And for this one, I did the background, and then I built on it and just stamped in crumb cake on 3 different papers. I stamped the pumpkin image. That is Petal Pink. Again, Mint Macaron. No, that can't be. That is Soft Seafoam. Yeah, and white. And they have little soft suede stems, and the punch has a stem to go with it. This is our leaf ribbon that I wrapped behind. I popped them all up in dimensionals, and then this is one of the sentiments. It says, hey, they're a pumpkin, but I cut it apart and added an additional pumpkin. My husband thought that would be a good idea. He's pretty artistic, so I asked him questions, and he thought that was good. And that's on black cardstock and white heat embossing. And then I put this cute little pumpkin, and these are some other stamps in the Harvest Hello stamp set. And I thought they were cute. And I also put a piece of Whisper White on the inside of my card with some pumpkins. So those are 2 things you can do with the new stencils, 2 ways you can use them, 2 card samples. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. I highly recommend that you get these stencils for the price. They're very inexpensive and really add something to your cards. And I hope you'll shop with me. prettypapercards.com or prettypapercards /shop. And that will take you right to my Stampin' Up! Online store. I'd love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at peggy@prettypapercards.com. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.